Alright, so we're going to do some unboxing today, and let's hop to it. Alright, so the box is actually quite light. I expected it to be much heavier than what it was, and this will probably give you a clue what's inside. This is pretty easy to get out of here. Alright, so there it is. We got a Pancake air compressor. So this is a Porter Cable C2002 is the model number Pancake air compressor. It's 6 gallons. The minimum circuit required is 15 amps. The regulated pressure rating is 3 to 150 psi, and the SCFM is 2.6. This air compressor I purchased off of Amazon for $99, and that's shipped to the door. I had been doing some research on air compressors, and I was looking for a portable small air compressor that I could take back and forth to the woods. And I really like the idea of a quiet air compressor. They make, there's many different manufacturers that make quiet series air compressors, and I like the Makita, and it was extremely quiet. Price-wise, I believe it was in the high $200 range, which I was okay with spending. But then looking through and watching some reviews, it's pretty heavy. It's about 40 or 44 pounds. And I had a similar air compressor to this Porter Cable, and that was the same way, where it was real heavy, and I was trying to get away from that. So when I went through and I was looking, this popped up on Amazon, and it said it was only 30 pounds, and I'm like, well, that can't be right. I had one similar to this, and I'm very surprised that this is, I'm willing to bet 30 pounds, right at 30 pounds. There's nothing to it. It's extremely light. Seems like it's pretty well balanced too, in the way of when you got it in your hand, which is nice. I know some of those quiet flows, they're not balanced as nice when you carry them, so this is going to be nice for taking out at the woods. If we take a closer look, on top here they have a spot to wind your cord up, so when you're not using it, it keeps the cord with the unit and kind of out of the way when you're transporting it. We talked about the handle here. It's a nice, decent sized handle. It seems to be balanced pretty well. It's got the information on the top. You're gonna have your power switch here, and then on the front panel here, you have your tank pressure and then your regulated pressure. This is your tank gauge regulated. So this here is going to be the regulator. So you can set the pressure. So if you're using it with like a nailer or something like that, you can set the amount of air pressure you want coming out of your lines. I'm gonna probably use this mostly just for filling tires and that type of thing, but these are really nice to have, and it's a decent size. 6 gallons is pretty good. It's got 2 ports coming off the side here. It is oil free, so there shouldn't be any issue if I take it out to the woods and I need to pump something up and it's 30 degrees out, it's real cold. It should just fire up and go without any issue. I looked it over and I can't find where it's made. I'm gonna assume it's China. I know the Makita one I was looking at, that said right on it, it was made in China. And if I can find a picture of it, I will insert that here, and we can just take a quick look at what I was talking about. Alright, so I looked through the owner's manual here, and I thought there was a break-in where you were supposed to leave the compressor run with the drain valve open, but there's nothing in instructions about that. It does state that for prolonged life for your air compressor, it is recommended that a 50 to 75% average duty cycle be maintained. The air compressor pump should not run more than 30 to 45 minutes in a given hour. So, with that being said, let's turn this thing on, see how loud it is and how much vibration. The last one I had like this would actually walk all over the floor. All right, so there it is, pumped up to 150 psi. It actually did a pretty good job. It wasn't as noisy as I thought it would be, and it actually stayed in place. It didn't walk all over the garage floor. If you're wondering about the extension cord, I have one 20 amp outlet in the garage, and I decided to switch that over because all the other outlets are 15 amps, and the lights and the radon system are all tied into that same 15 amps, and I figured it would probably pop the breaker. So just to be on the safe side, I ran an extension cord from that 20 amp outlet. All right, to wrap it up, I would say this is a pretty good value for the cost of this air compressor being under $100. That's not bad at all. You might be able to find a used one similar to this, maybe for less, but for a brand new one, I'm pretty sure this is a pretty good price. You gotta watch Amazon though. I know I had it in my cart and I didn't purchase it right away, and then the price went up. I think it was up to $109. So I waited for it to come back down again and then decided just to go with it. So there you go. That's gonna be a quick review on the Porter Cable 6-gallon Pancake air compressor.